Alright, so boom, today we got the conspiracy of the 1998 World Cup, and I'm not gonna lie, the World Cup final this year was not that interesting, bro. It ended 1-0. Argentina got like one shot on target in the 119th minute. The game ends in 90 minutes. That was extra time. Overall, it wasn't that interesting, bro. They were getting dominated. They weren't really doing much. The third place game was more interesting, even though people are hating on it. Like, I thought it was pretty interesting, but people said, nah, it wasn't real football. It wasn't. But I don't know, bro. I feel like y'all be taking it too seriously. A game like that is very boring. I didn't even feel like the other team was trying. Like, they were getting cooked. All they would do was foul, bro. But with that being said, let's just get straight into this, man.
The 1998 World Cup final had only one headline: Ronaldo and Brazil versus Zidane and France. Hey guys, my name is Raymar, and today we're going to take a look at the conspiracy of the 1998 World Cup final. Just before the beginning of the World Cup in Paris, Zinedine Zidane was voted the best player in the world and was awarded with the Ballon d'Or. Just 1 year ago in 1997.
So right before he was like, I ain't gonna lie,
Ronaldo was the recipient of the very same
Ronaldo,
award
yeah, that's why I had to
entitled
unpause, bro. I was like, Ronaldo coming up. So it was like the best player in the world versus the best player in the world. Like, they were the two top players because one won it the year before.
Brazil were clearly high favorites to make it to the final, as they both had one of the two best football players in the world. Zidane and Ronaldo are no strangers to one another, as they have both been playing in the Italian league Serie A. Zidane for Juventus and Ronaldo for Inter Milan. Between the two, Zidane has
I did not know that. I'm not gonna lie, I reacted to both these. I reacted to Ronaldo highlights, but I didn't know he ever played for that team. I only seen him in a Real Madrid kit, I think.
Experienced much more success, already having been a league champion 3 times, while Ronaldo and Brazil were looking to defend their title of world champions back in the previous World Cup of 1994. Both
so
Brazil and France easily sweep through their groups to make it to the round of 16. Brazil would go on to defeat Chile.
It was frying everybody.
Denmark, and the Netherlands, while the host nation of France would go on to win against Paraguay, Italy, and Croatia. As the World Cup final approached, many were anxiously waiting to see Ronaldo and Zidane go head-to-head. Ronaldo, being one of the top goal scorers of the tournament, had a tremendous amount of pressure to perform well and carry his team and country to another victory. When people thought of Brazil, they thought of Ronaldo. He was the superstar that everyone had their eyes on. However, just a few hours before the final itself, word broke out that Ronaldo suddenly fell very ill and was rushed to the hospital. The entire Brazilian squad was confused and undoubtedly worried about their star striker. But out of nowhere,
I'm not gonna lie, that has to actually be the worst case scenario. Imagine your MVP winning star striker, who y'all all, like, the entire country's hopes are riding on, randomly gets sick before the final game after y'all dominated like the entire tournament, bro. Like, nah.
Ronaldo returns just 40 minutes before the game, being declared completely fit to play despite the current shape that he was in. As the match started, Ronaldo was clearly
he wasn't actually fit to play.
He wasn't
the team just let him play.
Passing and handling the ball, and certain details and events happening to Ronaldo prior to the day of the final. The night before the World Cup final, there were reports that Ronaldo may have suffered a minor seizure. His roommates, along with staff doctors, witnessed Ronaldo having convulsions in his hotel room, shaking uncontrollably and balled up on the floor.
He had a seizure and they let him play this the next day, bro. First of all, I'm not gonna lie. When they said declare for fit, I was like, no matter what, I was like, I know they did. He wasn't actually fit. They just let him play. But, bro, how are you going to let a guy who just had a seizure play a game? And on top of that, what do you mean the team wasn't trying, bro? If you guys got this guy who has a seizure on the pitch playing, at that point, you guys have to try. Playing bad defense, losing the ball for no reason. What?
Throughout the course of the World Cup, Ronaldo's doctors have been prescribing him a painkiller called Voltaren. This is to help with fatigue and other minor injuries he's been experiencing throughout the tournament. Voltaren's side effects do not mention any seizures or convulsions, but they do include stomach pain, dizziness, and headaches, which would help explain the horrible state Ronaldo was in prior to the final. Now, from these events, a couple of solid conclusions have surfaced into conspiracy. If the situation with Ronaldo's health is true and he really was sick before the game, the first most likely theory is that Nike forced Ronaldo Ronaldo to play. Now, the World Cup is not only the biggest
Nike, I
stage
thought
in
Brazil would
world
have
football,
done
but it is also the most watched
Like, 'cause they
sporting
wanted to go
event
back to
in
back.
the world, with a constant amount of over 500 million viewers on average, making it the perfect opportunity for a company to give their brand some monumental exposure. This commercial playing right now is a perfect example. Ronaldo was the poster boy of Nike. The company invested a fortune on marketing and advertising and could not afford to let their star player sit out on the world's most viewed televised event. The World Cup final also proved to be a clash for Nike and Adidas, as Nike sponsored Ronaldo and Brazil. According to the theory, the Brazilian Football Confederation also had a contract with Nike, stating that they must play Ronaldo throughout the entire tournament, and together they backed Ronaldo into a corner by threatening to cancel his sponsorship deal and seemingly forced him to play the final. The head of the Brazilian Football Confederation alleged.
Yo, bro, how do Brazilians personally feel about this? Because I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of the most corrupt stuff I ever heard. A seizure and then being forced to play something like as physically like taxing as a football at a professional level, and then he can get hit in the head and actually like potentially, die, go into a coma. You never know, but with that being said, I ain't gonna lie, this is ridiculous.
Walked into the dressing room and personally told coach Mario Zagallo
I was thinking he was sick or had food poisoning and played with that, bro. But he played with
the second theory is somewhat relatable to the first. This theory claims that the Brazilian Football Confederation, along with Brazilian government officials, accepted an offer to bribe the Brazilian squad with $30 million to throw the match and let France win. Along with the bribes, Brazil would be offered an easy pass into the 2002 World Cup and would have a chance to secure the rights to hosting a World Cup within the next decade, which is exactly what happened when they hosted the 2014 World Cup. Ronaldo refused to throw the match away, but was again forced by Nike to play the game. So regardless of the theories, the fact is that France played their hearts out and won the tournament fair and square. Zidane proved himself worthy of his Ballon d'Or and showed the world why he was indeed the best, and cemented his name as one of the greatest to ever play the game. Ronaldo and Brazil shouldn't make any excuses for what happened. The only solid truth regarding this entire controversy was that Ronaldo was legitimately ill leading up to the final match.
Yeah, unconscious. Yeah, unconscious for 3-4 minutes.
Do you know what? Do you know why you had this convulsion, this fit?
No, and nobody knows.
Do you think it was maybe the pressure in the nerves, or
could be? Could be, but you breathe the competition. Everything is about the competition. You cannot disconnect from the competition. It's a lot of pressure. Doctors called me to another room, and he explained to me that I had a convulsion, and that will not play. And I say, no, it's not possible. I want to play. I will play.
So he wanted to play. Because I feel like that has to be the best storyline. Because him being forced by either Nike and Brazil, like either to play, and try to win, or play and throw the game because they got paid and stuff. Either of those versions, it sounds horrible. And I'm not going to lie, I want to hear from Brazilians. How do y'all personally feel about that? With that being said, I'm not going to lie. I don't know. This is pretty corrupt. I feel like it's slightly more corrupt than all the fouling and stuff going on, if the theories are true. If the theories aren't true, I'm not going to lie, I feel like Brazil just lost, bro. Y'all star player had a seizure, which is horrible, and he really shouldn't have played. But after that, you feel me, the team just felt like they lost their will, bro, and they didn't even really try on defense. They didn't try passing around, and they got cooked, bro, because the other team had an MVP, and they were motivated. That's the truth of it, bro. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and I'm going to see you on the next one.